Hi, I'm Amy Smith. I'm going to share with you some of the amazing books from Bear Grylls and Kane Miller Publishing. Who would be better than Bear Grylls to share with children how to survive the wild? Here are his survival skills handbooks. Of course, Bear Grylls from Man vs. Wild, a high-ranking military officer in Britain. He wrote these amazing books that share with children how to camp, how to use maps and navigation, how to tie knots. So many amazing features in these books for children to take on their adventures as well. So we have these handbooks in volume 1, we have volume 3, volume 2, so let me show you volume 2 and 3. Volume 2 explores expedition planning, first aid, signaling, and tracking. So you can have your own adventure in the great outdoors with Bear Grylls, who of course, as you know, is an expert. And volume 3 is extreme environments, winter, summer, weather watching, and how you can survive these temperatures and survive these climates with expert tips and instructions from Bear Grylls. So these handbooks are highly recommended. Love them. Bear Grylls also has a fiction series for children about 8 and up. And these books, so it's the Earthquake Challenge, the Volcano Challenge, the River Challenge, and these have been changed so that we have these new covers with Bear himself on the front, which is really fun. But inside the book, so here's Safari Challenge, Mountain Challenge, the Cave Challenge, Blizzard, Jungle, Desert, and Sea. Let me show you one of these. So here's the Cave Challenge, so you can kind of see the text to illustration ratio. There's some excitement in there with some cartoon figures. Can Bear teach Harry how to survive while exploring through a maze of caves and tunnels? So these books are really fun adventure for children. Will Lily face her fears, find her voice, and fulfill her potential in the Mountain Challenge as she climbs on rock falls and on mountains? So really fun series for children, really good content in there. So I showed you the handbooks. I want to show you now 2 more kind of survival books. Survival Camp, which is the ultimate all-terrain training manual. This is a hardcover, really beautiful, really nice, nicely bound book. And you're going to, again, learn about heat and cold, racing to the pole. You're going to learn about some of the historic figures in, well, here's the Antarctic. And you're going to learn about beasts and how to use axes on icebergs, things that you never knew, but you know what? Kids want to know these things. They want to know about past explorers. They want to know all about the Earth's terrain and how to face the wild, and who better than the Man vs. Wild man himself, Bear Grylls. So it's very exciting. We also have Extreme Planet, exploring the most extreme stuff on Earth. This really reminds me, when I was little, I loved to look at the Guinness Book of World Records, and he goes from the most dangerous road to the most venomous snakes. Let's see, the rainforest of the sea. You're going to see all of the sea creatures, all of the animals of the air. So many great pictures in here. So a really great alternative to screen time is picking up one of these books, reading it with your child. What's nice is they can have high interest in this. They don't need to even have the ability to read some of these books, but the pictures are really, can grasp them, and they can grasp some of the content even without that higher reading ability. We also have 2 that are a little bit smaller, so let me show you for comparison. So I like these square-sized books. Epic Climbs and Epic Expeditions. Epic Climbs will discover how 5 of the most difficult mountains were ever conquered. So you're going to be going through the Eiger, Everest, K2, Denali, and Matterhorn, some of the world's most fearsome mountains, and discover how did people climb these. This book is so perfect for that young rock climber, that young adventurer who wants to know what it really takes to make those epic climbs. Epic Expeditions, you're going to discover 5 of the most amazing adventures and treks in history. And those treks are from Lewis and Clark. And you're going to hear about Stanley and Livingstone. and Burke & Wills and Edmondson and Scott. So Edmondson, Scott, Antarctica, the Northwest Passage, Livingston and Stanley, they went through Africa, and Burke & Wills went through Australia. So Lewis and Clark, of course, through America. So through the continents, where did people travel, real life figures, what were the conditions they were in, what did they face. As a person who loves history, this one has been really fun to look up with my son, and we haven't read the whole thing. I didn't realize Antarctica was in here, so we're gonna definitely have to check that one out. Lastly, there are a couple activity books from Bear Grylls, and I love these because they're nonfiction. They're full of fun facts and activities. You can do some coloring and some mazes. There's true and false questions. There are stickers of actual animals, which is really fun, I think, for a lot of different kids who don't like are jumping out of the imagination stage. They want to actually see what's in the real world. So this is Extreme Animals Activity. We have some of the coloring books as well. They're a thinner book. These are just $4.99. Here's the Beastly Bugs. You're going to learn all about bugs. Of course, getting this one out with my son. They love to tease me. So these books are small and handy in the car, but we also have two. One is Wild Animals and one is In the Wild activity books, where what they've done is they've taken 4 of these and put them in these thicker activity books. So In the Wild, you're going to have the same content and the same stickers in the back of the book, but you're going to get it's going to be a better price because this has 4 books for just $14.99, and the smaller ones are $4.99. So this is Wild Animals. So it has just combined the 8 books that we have into 2 4-book sets. And I love that we do that. They're called combined volumes to save some money and to have it all in one place. So I hope you found something from Bear Grylls that might be of interest to you, and happy exploring.